child of this universe. The ocean dances at my feet. The wind plays a melody through my hair. I am loved at every turn. I am kissed by Mother. I am a child of this universe. The sun warms me in its embrace. The stars have a light for me in the sky. I am honored by all life. I am held by Father Time. Every blade of grass, every shaking leaf on the tree, every mountain top sings of the glory of God moving through me, moving through you. Oh. Child of this universe, through my breath all of life can breathe. I plant the seeds with my every dream. I can love at every turn. Give a kiss to Mother Earth. Yes, I am a child of this universe. I greet the God in each face. I am a channel for peace to flow. Oh, I honor all life. Yes, I'm one with Father Time. Sing of the glory of God moving through, moving as we child of this universe. The ocean dances at my feet. The wind plays a melody through my hair. I am loved at every turn. I am kissed by Mother. Child of this universe. The sun warms me in its embrace. The stars have a light for me in the sky. I am honored by all life. I am held by Father Time. Every blade of grass, every shaking leaf a child of this universe. Through my breath, all of life can breathe. I plant the seeds with my every dream. I can love at every turn. Give a kiss to Mother Earth. Yes, I am a child of this universe. I greet the God in each face. I am a channel for peace to flow. Oh, I honor all the life. Yes, I'm one with Father Time. To every blade of grass, to every shaking leaf on the tree, to every mountain top, I sing of the glory of God moving through, moving as we, moving as you, moving as I am a child of this universe. The ocean dances at my feet. The wind plays a melody through my hair. I am loved at every turn. I am kissed by Mother Earth. I am a child of this universe. The sun warms me in its embrace. The stars have a light for me in the sky. I am honored by all life. I am held by Father Time. Every blade of grass, every shaking leaf on the tree, every mountain top sings of the glory of God moving through me, moving through you. Oh. I am a child of this universe. Through my breath, all of life can breathe. I plant the seeds with my every dream. I can love at every turn. Give a kiss to Mother Earth. Yes, I am a child of this universe. I greet the God in each face. I am a channel for peace to flow. Oh, I honor all the life. Yes, child of this universe. The ocean dances at my feet. The wind plays a melody through my hair. I am loved at every turn. I am kissed by Mother Earth. I am a child of this universe. The sun warms me in its embrace. The stars have a light for me in the sky. I am honored by all life. I am held by Father Time. Every blade of grass, every shaking leaf on the tree, every mountain top sings of the glory of God moving through me, moving through you. Oh.
Welcome to the Columbia Center for Spiritual Living. Nestled between the Inner Harbor in Baltimore and the National Harbor just south of the nation's capital, the suburban city of Columbia offers easy access to both, where you find no shortage of activities, entertainment, and sightseeing. With a population of approximately 104,000 inhabitants, this thriving, diverse, planned community, developed by James Rouse, was established in 1967 with the goal of enhancing the lives of its residents. Columbia boasts good schools, fine restaurants, private homes, condos, and apartments, hiking trails, music venues, malls, and local shops. Founded in 1983, the Columbia Center for Spiritual Living, also known as CCSL, currently conducts services at the Hawthorne Center in Columbia and has done so since December 1984. Who are we, and who are we looking for? We are a collaborative, supportive, loving, and fun-loving community welcoming all who join us. We take pride in the programs we offer and the events we hold. One of our greatest needs now is to rebuild our community into a thriving spiritual home that realizes our full potential. We know that the perfect minister is awaiting our call. Our new minister is creative, collaborative, welcoming, enthusiastic, embodies inclusivity, fosters open and healthy dialogue, embraces and empowers shared leadership, and is committed to pastoral care. Our aspirations are growing our presence in the community at large, as well as within CSL, developing a broader equity and inclusion focus, increasing volunteerism, rebuilding thriving youth and teen programs, creating a community abundant in membership and resources. We also are committed to continuing and enhancing existing programs, such as the Women's Group, the Bookstore, SOM Magazine Group, SOM accredited classes, workshop offerings, free or low-cost foundation classes, and our annual volunteer event, Thanksgivingness.
Good morning. It is time to celebrate this new day. My name is Reggie Kapp, and I am the Operations Administrator here at Columbia CSL. I'm also a licensed practitioner and a volunteer, and today I am your presider. I want to tell you welcome. Welcome to Columbia CSL. Welcome to this Sunday celebration. For those of you on Facebook, we would greatly appreciate if you would share this live stream to bring more of us together in the energy of spirit. I'll pause for just a second for you to do that. It's a little share button at the bottom of your screen if you're on Facebook. All right, well, wonderful. Our vision is to contribute to a world that works for everyone. We are a diverse community of belonging and growth, sharing the light and joy within ourselves while learning to see it in others. Our work as a community is to illuminate the spirit truth that we all belong to each other. And that calls for us to be inclusive. Inclusive in ability status, age, ethnicity, gender identity, national origin, physical characteristics, race, religion, sexual orientation, or any other orientation. As we open our service, we acknowledge that in Howard County, we are on the unceded traditional lands of the Piscataway tribe of the Algonquin. We honor the Piscataway community and their elders, both past and present, as well as future generations. I invite you now to set an intention for this week. Just take a deep breath and allow yourself to sink into the feeling of that intention right now as you open to receive Spirit's guidance throughout our time together. We have a saying here: singing or listening to music is like praying twice. So we begin each service with a song. This week, we are blessed to have Jessie Powers. She's an amazing musician, songwriter, and singer who loves to be spontaneously joyful. So please help me welcome Jessie Powers.
Good morning, Columbia CSL. Hope you guys are having a wonderful December. I have been remembering all the beautiful things that have happened this year that I have created consciously or unconsciously. Ha! But what I do know is that my cup overfloweth. So much so that I need to get a bigger bucket. Sometimes I get a glimpse of what happens in your head, and I gotta say that it sounds so ridiculous. It makes me wonder if you understand how blessed I've been feeling being with you. 'Cause you got this way of carrying the light, just like a prism giving rainbows to people passing by. Projected technicolor dreams before my eyes. You just radiated, ain't it beautiful? You got me so good that you could go and break my heart in two, and I would probably smile in awe of all of the beautiful ways that you do you. So baby, you better get used to it. My love ain't going nowhere, and the star says a spark, now my heart won't quit. My love ain't going nowhere. Your cup's too small and it all won't fit. My love ain't going nowhere. Better go to Home Depot, get a whole bucket, 'cause my love ain't going nowhere. Ooh, it's so good to wake up to the voice of love saying I'll never leave you. I love to witness you in all your humanness, 'cause I get to see the things in me that you reflect. I get this feeling, get this reeling in my chest. I'm in love, baby, with every little piece of you. You got me so good that you could go and leave me in the dust, and I'd be delighted to find there was more of you that I get to love. So baby, you better get used to it, 'cause my love ain't going nowhere. It starts as a spark, now my heart won't quit. My love ain't going nowhere. Your cup's too small and it all won't fit. My love ain't going nowhere. Better go to Home Depot, get a whole bucket, 'cause my love ain't going nowhere. Ooh, yeah, yeah. Baby, stop playing like you ain't amazing, blazing with beauty and truth. Stop lying. Somebody heard me praying, craving, waiting years for a love like you. Baby, stop playing like you ain't amazing, blazing with beauty and truth, 'cause you are. Somebody heard me praying, craving, waiting years for a love like you. Baby, stop playing like you ain't amazing, blazing with beauty and truth. Somebody heard me praying, craving, waiting years for a love like you. Waiting years for a love like you. Waiting years for a love like you. So course I've been waiting years for a love like you. Been waiting years for a love like you. Been waiting years for a love like you. Been waiting years for a love like you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, Jesse Powers. Wasn't that amazing? Can you imagine singing that song to your friend, to your best friend, or to a little human that you know, or to yourself? That was amazing. Thank you. Off to Home Depot. If this is your first time experiencing Columbia Center for Spiritual Living, we welcome you and thank you for joining us today. We want you to know that no matter who you are or whatever your spiritual path, you are welcome here. So there are a variety of ways to connect and engage in community. We invite you to continue watching our announcement roll at the end of service, where you'll find updates on events and all kinds of things going on. Links on all our events can be found on our newly redesigned interactive website calendar. That's columbiacsl.com/events to get to the calendar. Or you can email us at info@columbiacsl.com for more information. And now, that was so fun. Let us consciously engage in spiritual practice. We invite you to settle in, to center yourself in this moment, to find that sacred place within where spirit is all there is. We will have a contemplative reading by our very own Julia Mattis, followed by a guided meditation and affirmative prayer by the lovely Zita Johnson Betts.
Good morning. Today's reading is by Reverend Andriette Earle, taken from her column in the December 2021 Science of Mind magazine article entitled Trusting Truth. We begin with a quote by Dr. Ernest Holmes. Never let anything cause you to doubt your ability to demonstrate the truth. Conceive of your word as being the thing itself. My initial focus on my journey of becoming was to manifest more stuff, believing that would make my life complete. I had no clue that my true heart's desire was to demonstrate a deeper sense of self-love. Who knew that a material wish list would morph into my clear intention to unconditionally love, fully accept, and forgive myself? I had so much to learn. One of the first lessons was to trust divine source, to believe in my worthiness, to know that I am loved, and to declare this truth with certainty. This was radical thinking at that time. I began to fashion affirmations declaring my highest and best. I recited these affirmations to develop and nurture my budding ideas into an empowering belief system. This spiritual practice of trusting and affirming my divine good brought me out of a deep depression, initially brightening my day and eventually my weeks and ultimately my life. I learned to believe in my divinity, wrote statements affirming my best life, and I daily now declare this truth with enthusiasm and conviction. Our world is on a journey of becoming, and so are we. I believe this journey is guiding us into greater awareness of who and how we are and can be, especially with and for each other. We are being drawn into an even higher vibration of love, grace, and connection. Whatever has happened is happening now. Truth is our navigator. We are here to trust the truth and make a difference. Our intentional world is powerful, and there is truth for us to demonstrate daily. Please join me in today's affirmation. I engage divine mind and realize the best way and means to call forth divine love so that harmony, peace, cooperation, unity, and mutual helpfulness is experienced by all. Ashe, Amen, and so it is.
Good morning, Columbia CSL, and thank you so much, Julia. Let's center ourselves. Take a few deep breaths. Forget about all the hurry and worry in this busy holiday season, and just breathe. Just breathe. Just breathe. What I know is that God is all there is. God is all there is, all there ever was, and all there ever will be. Everything that I can imagine, God is, and I am a part of God, as are we all. Oh, my beloveds, so much to be grateful for. We are a part of the great being that inhabits and enlivens and is the universe. And as we center ourselves and open our hearts, we feel the peace, the deep peace, that union with our true selves and with the divine, which is our true self, brings. That peace, when we center ourselves and experience it fully and deeply, is transformative. It transforms our own selves and our experience, and it can transform the world. Believe, beloveds, that the peace that you allow yourselves to experience as part of your true nature, your divine nature, your oneness with all that is, can transform the world by opening ourselves to our own true nature and helping others to avail themselves of their own true nature, to be peace, to bring peace, to know peace and all its possibilities. In the fullness of these moments of peace, there is serenity and joy and love and compassion and so much we can bring to the world. And we know that our words don't fully convey all of the reality of what is, because we're not really bringing anything to the world. It already is. What we bring is our awareness, our willingness to experience the truth of our own nature, the truth of divine spirit, the truth of who we were created to be, the truth of who we can be, the truth of who we are destined to be. And in our willingness to open ourselves and to be what we were created to be, so much joy, so much light and love is released, and the world is a brighter, better, loving, more compassionate place. And we in it. And so whatever our activities are, wherever we go, whatever we do, we walk in peace and love and joy and compassion, and we bring ourselves to the world, and we give ourselves to the world, and the world receives the love and the compassion and the joy and the peace, and all is made new. And we know that in this experience, we are one with our Creator. Creator and created, all one. In truth, no separation. No separation. No separation. There is nothing to do, my beloveds, but to be. It already is. Within you, around you, everywhere. Anything you can imagine, it is already there. The spirit of peace and love and joy and compassion. Open yourselves. Radiate that joy and love and peace and compassion. And be. Just be. Just be. That is all we are called to do. To be our true selves. And in being our true selves, in a community of love and joy and peace and truth, we can be our true collective selves. And there is great power in that community of love and peace and joy and truth and compassion. And the world can change. The world can open and be all that we know it is already. All that it is already. And we say to each and every one, be at home. Be at one with who you truly are. Rest there. Feel the loving comfort, the divine embrace that is intended just for you. Just for you. Just for you. we go forth this day with our hearts open, knowing that divine law has already manifested the truth of our desires and our intentions to be peace in the world and to be a community of peace, bringing change to the world. And in deep, deep gratitude, deep, abiding joy and love, we say thank you, thank you, thank you. And we release these prayers, these affirmations, these aspirations to the law, knowing it is already done. And so it is. Namaste, my beloveds. Namaste.
And so it is. Peace, compassion, joy, and love. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Zita. Thank you, Julia. That was a beautiful, beautiful time of spiritual practice. Thank you. So in this community, our practitioners and ministers are eager to know the truth with you. Feel free to email your request for prayer or counseling to prayer@columbiacsl.com, and we will hold your truth in prayer throughout the week. And now, please help me welcome back our guest artist of the day, Jessie Powers.
Get into it. I am enough. I have enough. I do enough. And I am loved. One more time, let's go.
Thank you. Thank you, Jessie, for sharing your amazing talent with us. That was beautiful. Thank you. And now, continuing this month's theme of community, it's my pleasure to introduce today's speaker. Rebecca Beall is a licensed practitioner here at Columbia CSL, and she has lovingly served our community for many years. She's taken on a variety of roles and is serving the larger CSL community as a member of the CSL Diversity, Equity, Inclusion Council. Look for Rebecca's article in the upcoming February issue of the Science of Mind magazine. And now it's my pleasure to introduce Rebecca Beall with her talk, her talk, Soul of Community.
Oh, thank you, Reggie. Thank you, everybody. Jessie, that was beautiful. I was dancing with my arms up like that as you were singing, so thank you. Good morning, Columbia CSL, my beloved community, a community in which I learn and grow. Good morning. As I begin my talk today, I'm a reflective person, so I want to talk about my reflection and what I've been thinking about community. We belong to each other. It's more than a human need, critical to our health and happiness. Belonging is a spiritual practice of loving ourselves so deeply and authentically that there is no doubt in our own divinity and the divinity of all. This is the soul of community, where we can live each day in wonder. And this is a big ask. We have to do spiritual work to get there, to know our own divinity. So as we begin talking about community, I want to spend a little bit of time talking about this time we find ourselves living in. You know, there's a lot going on. I'm a public school teacher by profession, a special educator. In my work, especially right now, there's a lot of talk about loss. Learning loss in particular, but also loss of social skills, loss of time, loss of staff, loss of resources. There's a lot of talk about how to teach history and what restrooms people can use and what books people can read. And there's an awareness that almost every day is a headline that no one can wrap their head around. I don't often talk about my work. And I think that this is analogous to a lot of people's lives. But in my work, while there's so much wonderfulness in spending time with kids, and I absolutely adore spending time with kids, I also spend a lot of time feeling sad and angry and frustrated and scared there. Working in public education is the most frequent condition through which I experience the world. But we all live in this world that is often confusing at best and downright scary in its most extreme. People are being arrested for protesting. There's dangerous drinking water, inflation, a recession, who knows? But the groceries cost more. People who are unhoused, and more of those every day. Hospitals are full. Gender violence, racism, climate change, that's going on. While all this is impacting us all, I think a lot of people spend time feeling sad and angry and frustrated and scared. But it is in this world, at this time, where our spiritual understanding grows and practice happens. As Ernest Holmes says, there is a power for good in the universe greater than you are, and you can use it. That is a powerful statement and so true. We come here to this community to figure it out together, what that even means. We come here to this spiritual community to be reminded of this truth and to be inspired by each other again and again and again. And again, to quote Ernest Holmes in his We Believe statement, we believe, I'm taking a part of it, we believe in God, the living Spirit Almighty, one indestructible, absolute, and self-existent cause. This one manifests itself in and through all creation, but it is not absorbed by its creation. The manifest universe is the body of God. It is a logical and necessary outcome of the infinite self-knowingness of God. So in order to develop spiritually, there are two necessary components: community and practice. I love how Ernest Holmes speaks of the truth of the universal power, and that can be interpreted as a very individualistic use of spiritual law. And that's true, and we prove it. I know I've manifested incredible things in my life using power correctly, or as Holmes says, scientifically. But I'm struck by this small word in the second quote I stated, the word we. We, this community of believers. We, this community of people committed to learning and living a life guided by spiritual principles. We, this spiritual community. Here at Columbia CSL, in case you didn't know, we're seeking a new minister. This fact and all that has led up to it has been the spark and the seed for us to deeply explore our ideas of community. What a blessing. We are having to consciously explore, what does community mean? What's in it for me? What's in it for you? These are very important questions, but they're also quite place and organizational based. I go to Columbia CSL. I am a member of Columbia CSL. These type of identity statements give our brains something to organize around, and that's a beautiful and wonderful thing. And there's a broader definition and concept of community that I want to begin to explore. I think examining and clarifying definitions of words is really important. I do that all the time with the people in my life closest to me, with whom I struggle with these spiritual growth opportunities. So it's really, really important to define words all the time, but especially when we're talking about common words that may mean different things to different people. There's a community, a group of people living in the same place or having a particular characteristic or something in common, and that's from the dictionary. I live in Columbia, so Columbia is my community. I teach at Jefferson Elementary School, so that's my community. We all have communities such as these based on where we live, work, and play, etc. We have felt communities, and wow, these were really important over the last several years, weren't they? We found people based on shared interests, and many of us found that community doesn't really depend on location. So many of us have found communities online during the pandemic, and we know these communities were strong with meaningful and powerful connections. Oh my gosh, can we just take a moment and really honor these communities of heart? I've been thinking a lot about that lately. The way that our communities and our love and our presence have shifted over the last couple of years, and just how important a greater community and how important and blessed technology has been in creating those communities for ourselves. And it was these communities, and Columbia CSL is absolutely one of them, that we knew or maybe discovered that even physically isolated, we were not alone. The last few years brought consciousness that the very human need for connection, a need for community, and that is transcendent. We do live and we're enculturated in this Western culture that has instilled the value of individualism, but these last several years uncovered a real need of ours all to belong, and that brought it really consciously. So there is a spirituality to community that we are both seeking to be and seeking to belong. We know in our faith tradition that we are all one. We are in unity with all of life. And that's exactly what community means. Com means with, unity. We are always in community. We are always bigger than our personal experiences of ourselves as individuals. There are spiritual laws to remember, to uncover, to live by, so that we can know that God dwells in us and as us. God is us. We all have an inner urge to live our lives fully as spiritual beings. In Matthew 18:20, it says, "Where two or more are gathered in my name, I am there." There's infinite power in our personal prayers for sure. Be still and know I am God is an absolute statement of truth. But a coming together of each individual understanding of the I am brings a synergy of creative energy that is a spiritual practice, the spiritual practice of community. So I've been reading Jim Lockhart's book. He's a thought leader in CSL, and he wrote a book called Creating the Beloved Community. And I really love this and thought of this thought quote of his. As I see it, there are two main reasons to be in spiritual community. One is to develop a culture of love and support for people living in their daily lives based on spiritual understanding. And the other is to introduce them to the mystical path. So let's unpack that for a minute. In spiritual community, we create a community of people and a place that love and care and support each other. But we also learn the mystical spiritual truths and how to live a mystical and be on our path to our own mystical divinity. So let's go back to the different types of community for a moment. Often I think of community as rather static. This place, these people, and that's true. This place and these people, we're building a culture of love and support for each other. We have a very human desire to expand our community and might invite more people in. We even heard that in our video before at the beginning of service, that's what we're looking to do. We're looking to grow our community, invite more people in, be more involved in our greater community. A spiritual community of this sort is very important. According to Ernest Holmes, the science of mind is the study of life and the nature of laws of thought, the conception that we live in a spiritual universe, that God is in, through, around, and for us all. So here is where we study and we learn together. But community and spiritual community isn't dependent on any place or people. It is us. The mystical path that we are traveling is the path of deeply knowing ourselves as the great I am, and living a life as an expression of that. There's a confidence that comes with a conscious understanding of our own divinity. Our worth is absolutely unquestioned. As Jessie said, I am worthy. I am love. From this sense of worthiness, we can explore our own thoughts and beliefs. So with that sense of just knowing my divine worthiness, I can begin to allow all the thoughts in my head and hold space for them. I can explore greatly all the thoughts that I'm having. This is the place we hold space for our sacred selves and for the sacred selves of all. The place where we can be honest and vulnerable and show up as ourselves with all our thoughts, even the ones we fear. So going back to my own experience as a teacher, when I walk into my school building, I do my spiritual practice and hold space for all of the feelings I'm feeling. And I can hold space for my students and colleagues too. The space where we can be with others as they are honest and vulnerable, showing up as their own selves, including the ways that we don't like or understand necessarily. This is the transformational space. This is spiritual practice, and this is spiritual community. Wherever we go, whoever we're with, there is the potential for the experience of community like this. There is a reciprocal aspect to spiritual community. The individual understanding of divinity allows for a communion, a with union with all of life, where there is no doubt in our divinity and the divinity of all. This is when, in creative synchronicity that community is, where true belonging exists. This is also where we grow our vision of a beautiful world that works for all, because we are all the all. I have spent so many hours in classes, in conversation, in prayer circles, in practitioner sessions with beloved community, creating this conversation that goes on with each other, and as in community, seeing and creating visions of greater and greater things for our world, greater and greater peace, greater and greater love. I learned so much about myself from my community, from conversation, from being with the people in community. And then I can take that into myself, into this growth, into this understanding that we are all God, and we are all related. And no matter what happens to any of us, all of us are impacted by that. This is the place where great vision can happen in synergy. There's also the understanding, knowing that if any of us are hurting, somewhere all of us are hurting. And so we want to hold all with love and all with peace and all in that space of Godness. In this divine community, let's take a moment and envision a world of peace, a community of love, knowing ourselves and each other as the community that is God. In this community, even though we are meeting in technological land, maybe in different spaces and time, we can all breathe together in unity. Let's breathe in and release. Knowing the divinity that is, because God is all that there is. This moment right now and the eternal right now is God. And there's nothing else but God. God is the place of all creation, of all thought, of all feeling, of all experience. And we, as the individualized expressions of God, having our lives as ourselves, having God's life as ourselves, interact with each other in all sorts of ways, in thought, in presence, in this space, in any kind of way that we interact with each other. And that is community, wherever two or more are gathered in my name. And it's always in the I am name. I am there. God is wherever we are. And so with this great knowledge and confidence that God is all that there is, all that we are with solid understanding and knowledge of our own divinity and our own worth. Oh my gosh. And with that, we come into all community, into community with all of life, being able to be expressions of God, being able to interact with each other and create a synergistic vision of a world that works for all. Because that is the truth. And we keep uncovering that truth. And we keep having more and more confidence with that stake in the ground of yes, God is here. And yes, through you, through me, through us, we can see it. And we can plant those seeds and we can move our feet with each other in that divine dance of God, knowing that we are all one. Knowing that all is love, knowing that God is all there is, that we are a community, that the community resides in our heart because our heart is the heart of all. It is in silence that we can feel this mystical path of silence where we can integrate this understanding into our bodies and into our lives. These bodies are where we can feel that love, can feel that community, can feel that divinity, can feel that worthiness. We've manifested these bodies to be with each other, to explore and create community and conditions and experiences. Let's do that. So I release this word into the law that this is divine synchronicity, and the God that is here and says yes to it all. I love that we have been talking and ending a lot of our prayers with namaste. The God in me notices, acknowledges, and is just in awe of the God that I experience in you. Let's release this with that knowledge, and so it is. Amen. Let's seal the truth. Ashe. Aho. Thank you.
Namaste. Thank you so much, Rebecca. That was amazing. Let's hold all in love, with unity, in community, in that divine dance of love. I love that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And please join us next week. Our guest speaker will be Eugene Holden, and he'll be sharing a message, opening the gifts of community. So note that we will be virtual again next week. We usually on the fourth week would be in person, but next week we will be virtual. So our guest musician will be Jamie Hudson Craig. And today's guest musician, you remember, is Jessie Powers. So it's my pleasure to introduce her once again for more music for our soul.
I think y'all know this one. It's starting to become a signature song of mine. It's called Something Better. And it's about how our soul has always got something better planned, even when our minds have no idea, couldn't even imagine the grandiosity of the plan. Sometimes it feels like my heart is stuck in a revolving door. It can get me down so much, I don't even want to mess with it anymore. All that too familiar feeling, oh, I know it well, and I don't let it get too far. No, I'm too good at staying cool now. Yes, I am learning the art, and I'm getting good at letting go. Yeah, I'm getting good at giving it over, 'cause I know it ain't in my hands. Oh, I'm getting good at letting go. Yeah, getting good at giving it over, 'cause I know, though I do not understand, my soul's always got something better planned. You know it's true, and it just feels so good to let go and trust. When the shadow comes creeping in, like a thief from my past, I turn on the light by remembering only my soul knows my path. And I'm getting good at letting go, yeah, getting good at giving it over, 'cause I know it ain't in my hands. I'm getting good at letting go, yeah, getting good at giving it over, 'cause I know, though I do not understand, my soul has always got something better planned. And I am unburdened, yes, I am free when I believe. If I I keep the faith I know I'll see. When I let go, and I know when I let go, and I know that my soul's always God. Yes, my soul's always God. Oh, my soul's always got something better planned. Ooh, hey, something better is coming along. Ooh. So if you think about this song, it means any questions that you have lingering at the end of the year, you can be sure that your soul has something better planned than what you could conceive between your two ears. So know the path is laid out before you in the most magnificent way. And you are creating it even if you don't realize it. And everything's gonna be okay. Everything's gonna be okay. Everything's already okay. Everything's already okay. Praise your soul knows the way. Your soul knows the way.
Thank you, Jesse. My soul knows better than anything I could conceive between my two ears. That was amazing. All right. Check out Jesse. Check out more music. She's just so fun, so fabulous. JessiePowersMusic.com is where you want to hear more beautiful, joyful, soulful music from Jessie. So we have just received, and now we can consciously give back. I invite you to invoke feelings of love, gratitude, and abundance, allowing them to fill you and fill the space around you. So let's use the power of our word by speaking our prosperity affirmation together. I know that the infinite abundance of the universe is blessing and expanding my offering for the good of all. And so it is. We offer easy ways to donate your offering. You can make a one-time or a recurring donation through our website, columbiacsl.com. Or you can text to give. Text your donation to us at 410-498-6175. Now, if you write down that number and you try to call it, that's not going to work. It's just for texting, but it's easy, and it's a great way to give, a great way to share. And we know that as we give, we receive, and we do so in gratitude. And that's the law of circulation. So please join me as we bless every gift bestowed upon Columbia CSL. Together, we receive these gifts, knowing that they nurture and support our vision of contributing to a world that works for everyone. And so it is. We appreciate every contribution. Your support ensures that we remain a vital and thriving center for everyone's spiritual nourishment. So on behalf of our entire community, thank you for being part of our spiritual family today. And we look forward to seeing you again. At the end of service, remember to stay for our announcement slides so you can keep informed on everything that's coming up. But here are a few things to note. This Wednesday, December 21st, please join us for our annual candle lighting ceremony. We will be virtual only again this year, but dress up anyway for the festive occasion if you desire. And remember to bring a candle to light in the sacred ceremony. We will send out the Zoom link by email, or you can get it by signing up through our website. Again, that's this week, Wednesday evening. And a reminder that our annual meeting will be Sunday, January 29th after virtual service. If you're feeling called to serve this community by joining the Board of Trustees, please reach out to Julia Mattis directly. at julia@columbiacsl.com, and do so pretty soon because we're trying to line all that up. If you haven't done so already, please renew your membership and make your financial pledge to Columbia CSL for the 2023 season so that the board can plan and budget accordingly. So now it's my pleasure to introduce once again Rebecca Beall to close our service with an affirmation for the week.
Indeed. As we move into this, the week where it is getting darker and darker, and the celebration of light on Wednesday, let us take some time in reflection to love ourselves so deeply and authentically that there is no doubt in our divinity and in the divinity of all. You are God, I am God, the great I am. Have a marvelous, marvelous week.
Namaste, namaste. The God in us recognizes the God in you. Namaste, namaste. The God in us recognizes the God in you. Namaste, namaste. The God in us recognizes the God in you. Recognizes that God is all. God is here. One love, one spirit, one heart, one mind. Namaste. Namaste, namaste, namaste. The God in us recognizes the God in you. Namaste, 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 namaste. The God in us recognizes the God in you. Namaste, 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 namaste. The God in us recognizes the God in you. Recognizes that God is all. God is here. One love, one spirit, one heart, one mind. Namaste. The vision to see past religions, to that who say all point in light of the oneness of all. Oneness of all, oh yeah. And grant us the wisdom to embrace the differences and to see God's life as our life right now. Namaste. Namaste. Woo! That I sing. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. the rhythm. God is the rhythm. God is the melody. God is the breath that brings life to the songs that I sing. Oh, Namaste, 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 the God of this recognizes the God in you. Namaste, 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 the God of this recognizes the God in you. Namaste, 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 the God of this recognizes the God in you. Recognizes that God is all, God is here, one love, one spirit.